Hello guys and welcome to Channel X24. In the quest to bring you even more interesting content, we have a review of this travel kettle. And we've got an unboxing and we're going to be testing this thing out, see how well it performs. That's still coming out next on Channel X24. So exciting. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing. This is the Netta travel kettle, 1100 watts. So yeah, let's have a look at it. Pretty simple box, just has a diagram of the kettle on the front. Let's get into this thing. 0.5 litres, just some crazy capacity there. Okay. I love this karambit for unboxing stuff. It's just like a claw and you can just get in there and open stuff up. Alright. Okay, so in the box we have this bag here. And I have an instruction manual. Let's have a look at this just quickly. So it's got a filter, lid, on-off switch. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Should be pretty easy to use, right? You fill it full of water, you turn it on. There's the kettle. Let's have a look at it. Okay, nice. So, it's actually a decent sized thing here. Colour's pretty cool. Black and grey, can't go wrong with that. It's kind of sort of clear look on the side, a semi-transparent look so you can actually see how much water's in there. You've got a red indicator light, 0.5 litre, so that's the max, which is actually kind of half of the, almost half of the capacity there of the total kettle, but that's as much as you can fill it up full of water. And then a minimum is 0.2 litres. So this should be perfect for, you know, just making coffee and just those small kind of jobs where you need to boil water. Open this thing up. So it just pops open like that. And then included as well, you get a little kind of, I don't even know what this is. It's like a ladle spoon kind of thing. I'm sure it has multiple uses. Maybe that for measuring your coffee out. And then it actually includes two little cups here. That's pretty cool. What are these? Polypropylene. You get two little grey frosted cups that match the kettle there. And then if we have a look at the bottom of there, there's not really any exposed element like you usually get on a kettle. There's just this steel plate down in there, which looks pretty cool. So I'm guessing the element must be sort of disguised under there, and that's just making it a lot easier to clean the thing out, which is pretty cool. As I said, there is this wee filter on here. Not really sure what that would be really used for. But it seems pretty good. Yeah, we've got a little hook on the side here, which I guess is for putting the cable through. When you want to store it, you can kind of wrap it around and it'll kind of clip through there. Another simple on-off toggle. And then on the bottom of here, 910 to 1100 watts. Do not submerge in water. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And there's some wee rubber feet on the bottom here to keep it in place. And the handle's got a wee bit of a kind of grippy texture on it, which is nice. Decent length of cable on here, not super long, maybe what's that, like half a meter or something, but not too bad, not too bad. Probably long enough for what you'd need it for getting to most plug sockets there to use the kettle. The whole thing seems pretty durable. I mean, it looks like it'd probably survive a light drop alright. So next thing we're going to do is go and test this thing out. We'll fill it full of water, maybe like test it compared to a normal kettle, see how fast this can boil the same amount of water. I'm kind of guessing this might be faster because it's just got a smaller amount of space to actually heat up inside there. We'll test that out and see how this thing performs, but it looks pretty good. Alright, so say we just moved into our new hotel room now, and we crack out our kettle because we've realised, oh no, there's no kettle in this hotel. What are we gonna do? Oh, luckily we brought this along with us in our suitcase. So, nah, seriously, I think it's more likely people are going to be using this for places like workshops where you want to make coffee, or they're going to use them for things like boats. Or just for a cheap kettle at work, because this is considerably cheaper than other kettles you can buy. But I can definitely see this being used on a boat, just because you don't need a large kettle, or, you know, So you know, people might travel with these, I guess, but I guess most places probably do have kettles now. So really, this is just a small, perhaps slightly more energy efficient kettle, really. I'm going to go and plug this in here, and we'll test this out for the first time. Plug it into the wall there. Now, we're going to try see the light comes on as soon as it's plugged in. And I want to try out this dry boil protection on here. So this should... Oh, I see, so it was already turned on. My bad. So when you turn it on, if there's no water in the kettle, it shouldn't try and heat up or boil. Yeah, so it started there, and then it just turned itself off. Let's try that again. Oh, it realizes. I wonder if the hot plate got warm inside there. Ow. Yeah, so the plate did actually get quite warm really fast there, but it didn't boil because it realized it had no water inside it. Let's see if how that works. Let's turn it back on again. Alright, so once it's realized it's got no water in it, it won't boil. So let's go ahead and add some water into this thing and test it out. So I'm going to use one of those cups they gave me, fill that up with some water. Go ahead and pour this into the kettle now. What? That was terrifying. There's just a tiny bit of water in there, I'll pour a wee bit more in. Almost up to that max level there, so you're going to get 2 small cups out of here. It's not too bad. Let's close this up and turn it on. How exciting, I wonder what's going to happen. Nothing. Oh, I can hear it going. It's not actually too loud. It sounds pretty cool, actually. One thing I am interested to see is I wonder if I can actually open this up and will it stop boiling if I try and open this? Nah, so it can boil with the top open as well. Yeah. That's quite cool, you can see it boiling in there. So there it is coming to boil, that's that plate. Pretty cool how you can open the top. Whoa, better close that before I get scolded. So that's pretty cool. It's not even that loud, which is great. Alright, let's pour some of our freshly boiled water into one of our cups here. Ugh, cable's kind of in the way. So that pours pretty nicely. I think these cups are probably made of the same material as the kettle is. See how much they soften once the water's in. Yeah, not too bad. They're still pretty sturdy. Not bad at all. How would this tool fares? It becomes quite bendy once it's submerged in the water. Yeah, that really just bends. I don't really understand what that's for. I guess it's just for putting stuff in to your drink. Yeah, not so bad. These are definitely usable. Alright, it's what you've been waiting for. It's the epic challenge time. We're going to be pitching this portable 1100 watt kettle against this beast of a 3000 watt kettle. This is like your standard kind of kettle you're going to get in most houses. You've probably got one of these. 3000 watts rating. And we're going to be trying to boil 400 milliliters of water, which is about the same as 2 of these cups, roughly, that comes with the travel kettle. We're going to be putting those and seeing how long it takes for each one to boil them with a stopwatch. So I'm going to fill both of these up with 400 milliliters of water. Okay, it's time for a fight to the death. Netta kettle versus this kettle. I've got the stopwatch on now. I'm going to start these both up, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here they go. Oh, one of the kettles wasn't turned on. Oh no, false start. Hang on. Wait. Right, they're both on them. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this one has started boiling faster. I can't actually hear any sound from the other kettle now. I guess it's going to be difficult to tell. But this one just 15 seconds in, just turned up. So we'll see how quickly it boils. Okay, so it literally sounds like this kettle now is almost finished. About 1 minute to boil that water there. The Netta kettle is still going. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting the smaller kettle to boil it faster because it's got a smaller chamber. But I guess it's just to do with the wattage and how powerful the actual heating coils are. So, about 1 minute and 40 seconds now. Okay, it sounds like it's maybe finishing up now. Okay, so that finished. That was 2 minutes and 17 seconds to boil 400 milliliters of water versus the other kettle, which was 1 minute and about 13 seconds. So quite a difference there in the actual time. Sadly, you know, this wee guy didn't manage to win the race there, but you know, I think it looks better than this kettle, so it's got the style points anyway. Great. Now you know. Now you know, guys. It's actually way too hot to drink right now. Alright, so there you have it. That was the test of the travel kettle. It didn't do too badly. I mean, it was actually, I thought it would be quicker than the other kettle, the 3000 watt kettle, but it was actually a wee bit slower there, but still fine, you know, it's still going to work. Overall, I think this is a pretty good product. It's obviously a nice and compact kettle. I don't really know why you'd want to take this with you traveling, really. I mean, it's quite a big, bulky thing to take anyway if you're traveling, and I think most places would probably have the facilities to make boiling water that you were going anyway. But, I mean, if they didn't, then it's a lot easier to take this. It's a lot lighter than a normal kettle. I think this is going to be most useful for people who want to have a kettle for their boat or their camper van, or they want a small kettle for maybe your workshop or your dorm room, or you know, some situation like that where you just don't want a large kettle taking up a lot of room. This is definitely going to be a good option for that. So overall, I think it's pretty good. It's a nice design. That's it. It's a kettle. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.